3, 2, 1, 0.
What is up, everybody? What is going on? Welcome to episode 6 of Whatever I Find Entertaining podcast. I'm so glad to be back. So glad y'all back with me. I just want to get to the start of the show. We got a lot to talk about here. We got a few trailers. We got some movies, some video games, some anime, some comic book stuff. We got a lot of going on this episode. But before we do any of that, like usual, time for the wellness check. How y'all doing today? I hope y'all doing fan-damn-tastic, because I know I am. But I'm only doing as good as you all doing, because y'all know I love y'all. So I hope everything's going great with y'all. And I hope today is better than tomorrow. No, that didn't make sense. I hope today was better than yesterday. And I hope tomorrow is better than today. That's what I was trying to say. But yeah, like usual, I just happy to be here. Happy we made it to 6 episodes, y'all. 6 episodes and strong. Very happy with how things are going. Oh, another note. If things sound weird, I'm recording in a different location today than I usually do. Some circumstances happened. I had to switch up the location. It's a long story. You know, it don't matter, though. It's just if the quality is lower. Well, I don't say lower, but if it ain't up to y'all standards like the normal episodes are, I won't do this again. But I thought I'd try something due to some stuff that was happening. But just so you know, if anything sounds weird or there's something you're not used to hearing in the background, it's I'm doing something different today. That's all that is. But besides that, let's get to the list. Let's get to the list. Today we're gonna talk about the Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. We're going to talk about the new F9 trailer, the new Fast and the Furious movie. We're going to talk about the Demon Slayer movie. They don't got a trailer out, but we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the Resident Evil. They had maybe a couple days ago, I think, they had like an event where they announced all this stuff. We're going to talk about Black Panther movie. There's some stuff going on there that I wanted to touch on. And we're going to talk about the Doctor Strange 2. There's some news for that. And then, of course, we're going to finish with the same thing we always finish here. We're going to finish with some the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So, now that we got that out the way, now we got our greetings out the way. We know how each other's week is going. And we know how we wellness checked each other. We got the list, so let's just get started. First thing we're going to do is let's talk about some trailers. So I'll be right back. Alright, let's go down the list of topics today. First one on the list is the Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. Now, I don't know, this is a sequel. It's a sequel to a movie called The Hitman's Bodyguard, which I didn't realize was popular enough to get a sequel. But I mean, I guess when you look at the stars of the movie, you got, okay, yeah, I get it. The first one was, like I said, it was called Hitman's Bodyguard, and it was starring Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool, and it was starring none other than Nick Fury himself, Samuel Jackson. But it also has Selma Hayek in it with her fine ass. I don't remember the last thing I seen Selma Hayek in, but she I mean, the movie goes is Samuel Jackson plays a hitman, and Ryan Reynolds plays like, he used to be an assassin, but now he does like he runs like his own security firm. So he protects high priority clients. And then Samuel Jackson's character gets into some shit, and it's Ryan Reynolds' job to protect him. At least he's like in witness protection or some shit. Somebody was trying to kill him, and it was Ryan Reynolds' job to keep him alive. Selma Hayek is Samuel Jackson's wife, and she's like some kind of like dangerous criminal. So I think she was in jail most of the first movie. I think he even went to go visit her, something like that. I enjoyed the movie. I don't know how good it was. That's why I'm like so surprised it's getting a sequel. But at least they were clever enough to just not name it the Hitman's Bodyguard 2. They named it the Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard, which I kind of like that title. It was good enough. I'll probably see it. If y'all want, I'll talk about it on the podcast. Only if y'all want. If y'all don't want, then it won't happen. Just let me know. you can message me at deethezo the great on all social medias, the Instagram, Twitter, and the YouTube, of course. But yeah, I don't. It's so weird to me that this got a sequel. Like, I don't remember. It's one of those things where like you liked something, but it's like I don't know if this was good. I just know that I liked it. And this is one of them things where I don't know if people thought this movie was good or not. I just know I enjoyed it. But yeah, for some reason that's getting a sequel, and I don't know why. But it'll probably be funny for a little bit. Next up, we got Fast 9. It's called. Listen here. Fast and Furious has had some dumb titles throughout their franchise, but this has got to be the dumbest one. It's called F9: The Fast Saga. What the hell does that mean? What does that mean? Why would you call one movie the Saga? You better off just calling it Fast and the Furious 9, bro. F9: The Fast Saga. That makes it sound like it's more than one thing. A saga can't be one thing. Is this the conclusion to the Fast and the Furious saga? I doubt it. So I don't know why you would call it that. Interested before. Speaking of funny names, because Fast and the Furious has had them, I ran across a list of what the Fast and the Furious movies are called in Japan, and it's some funny ass shit I gotta share with you. First off, the movies aren't called Fast and the Furious. The whole franchise is called Wild Speed, which infinitely better if you ask me. But they go in this order. The first three, which is from Fast and the Furious to Tokyo Drift, they're just called Wild Speed 1, 2, 3. Or I think 3 may be called Wild Speed Tokyo Drift. Maybe. I don't remember. Tokyo Drift, and it's a Japanese movie, and they still call it Tokyo Drift, huh? And it's a Japanese movie. Well, it's not a Japanese movie, but it's a Japanese audience, and they say whatever. The fourth one is called Wild Speed Max. The fifth one is called Wild Speed Mega Max. The sixth one is called Wild Speed Euro Mission. Euro as in European. The seventh one is called Wild Speed Sky Mission. The eighth one is called Wild Speed Icebreak. And then the spinoff with The Rock and Jason Statham, Hobbs and Shaw. That one's called Wild Speed Super Combo. I couldn't, bro. My imagination ain't good enough to make this shit up. Like, I just thought I don't even know how I found that. I just thought that was very extremely hilarious. But that was a sidebar. Let's get back to the topic at hand. The F9 trailer came out. I mean, it looks, I will say this, not a huge fan of the franchise. We're not about to get into that right now. Yeah, it's a long story, bro. We're not about to get into that right now. Just know that I've seen all of them. I've seen all the way 1 through 8, and I've seen Hobbs and Shaw. I probably enjoy 1, 3, 5 maybe, and Hobbs and Shaw. Besides that, I don't really like the rest of them. But this one looks like the trailer is funny because at first it looks like, and I guess spoilers for a can you spoil a trailer? Is that a possibility? Is it possible to spoil a trailer? But if it is, then spoiler alert, because I'm finna spoil the trailer. But Dom has a brother this whole time, and I think it's super hilarious that this whole time Dom's whole thing is family, and it turns out you had a brother, and we didn't find out about him until 9 movies in. That's hell ironic. I can't wait to see how they explain, oh damn, Dom had a brother this whole time. I can't wait to see how they explain it. I can't wait to see how he wasn't in 8 whole movies and he don't get 1 mention. But they're pulling some real Uncharted 4 shit here. But yeah, the trailer's fine. It looks like at first it kind of looks kind of grounded, and you're like, oh, okay, I see what they're going for here. But then all the crazy shit happens, and it's like, oh, okay, here's the fast stuff. Here's the furious stuff. It looks fine. It looks like a damn Fast and the Furious movie. If you love Fast and the Furious, there's going to be plenty to like here. And if you don't like Fast and the Furious, this definitely ain't gonna win you over. It's like Bad Boys 3. If you like the first two, you're gonna like this one. If you didn't like those, you ain't gonna like this one. This ain't to win you over. This is the pull back the people that's been missing the franchise. But yeah, that was Fast 9. It was something. I want to do a brief mention on Demon Slayer because I gotta plug my anime in every episode. But they didn't have no trailer. As far as I know, there's no recent trailer drop. But the release date is the 22nd of this month, which I wasn't aware of. And it's gonna be in theaters. Which, I mean, I'm not seeing it in theaters. I pray that it's on streaming services and I can rent it. But knowing streaming service, they're gonna be like, here's $22 to rent it. Why would I pay $20 to rent a movie? Why would you pay $20 for anything you ain't gonna own? Like, I don't even pay $20 for movies I do own. Why would I pay $20 to rent a movie? Anyway, I hope it's on streaming service and I hope it's a reasonable price. But that's all I had to say about Demon Slayer. Next up, it's Resident Evil. You know what? We're going to take a little break because there's a lot of Resident Evil news. If you're a Resident Evil fan, it's a lot. So we're going to take a break right quick, and then we're going to come back and we're going to talk about all the Resident Evil shit. All right, I'll be right back, y'all. And we are back. Now we're talking Resident Evil 8. Well, I'm sorry, Resident Evil Village. Because for some reason, Capcom don't want you calling it Resident Evil 8, even though they took the time to find a word with the Roman numeral 8 in it. But you know what? Who am I to tell Capcom how to run their company and what to name their games? You know what I'm saying? I've only actually even played all the way through like 3 Resident Evil games. But anywho, Resident Evil, not even a game, but the company, well, not the company, the brand, I guess had like a release event. I don't even know what to call it. Showcase, I guess. And they just showed off a bunch of stuff. Not even just the game, just the whole brand. There was movies, a TV show, I think, and a couple of games. Not even just one game, a couple of games. We can start with Resident Evil Village. Apparently the game's supposed to drop in May, and apparently every week, I think, until the game drops, because I think it drops like the 3rd or 4th week of May. Every week until the game comes out, some content is supposed to be coming out for the game. Like, the first week is a demo. It's like a 60 minutes in Village, where you get 60 minutes to explore the different game modes and just do whatever you want with them. But after the 60 minutes, I guess you just got to start over, because a one-time demo sounds like hella dumb. But yeah, there's also a Mercenaries Mode, which I'm not sure exactly what that is, but it looks to be like a arcadey action game where you're racking up a high score, but you also have a time limit, and you're trying to get to you're trying to get to like the end before time runs out, but you're also trying to get a high score, and you can upgrade weapons and stuff like that. Then there's Reverse, which I believe is Reverse like Resident Evil RE, and then Verse. They did a Reverse. But from what I can tell, because I'll be honest with you, there was a lot of shit dropped. There was a lot of Resident Evil brand information. And I'm trying not to watch any gameplay, because I want to be brand new out the womb when I play the game. So I'm not totally sure, but it looks like a multiplayer game where you play as different Resident Evil characters from different games. So I think that's where the verse comes in at, because you're just all over the Resident Evil universe. But I don't really like the art style, but I mean, it's probably, I think it's going to be free with RE Village. So I mean, Mercenaries is definitely free. So ain't nothing to complain about there. But I think RE-verse is going to be the same thing. So after that, there was 2 movies. One's like a Netflix CGI joint, and one's a reboot. And the Netflix CGI joint is called Infinite Dark, I believe. And it's supposed to be like, man, it's so much information, bro. And I'm trying to make sure I got it all, and I give y'all the correct stuff because I don't want to steer y'all wrong because I love y'all. It's supposed to be starring Leon, I believe, and it's supposed to take place sometime after Resident Evil 4. I believe, maybe a couple years after Resident Evil 4. I think, not entirely sure, but it's definitely in that time frame. It's definitely sometime after 4, but way before 5 starts. Which I don't even know how much time is between 4 and 5. But whatever, that ain't my problem. Like for real, for real. What else? Oh, and then there's a reboot live action movie coming out that's supposed to start the movie franchise over, which thank God, because I'm a very casual RE fan. I'm a huge gamer, so I know all about the world of Resident Evil, and I know way more than a guy who doesn't play much of the game should know. But I've always been fascinated about the lore because it doesn't seem like it, but there's hella lore in Resident Evil. So I hated the movies, but the movies were bad, but also they didn't have anything to do with the actual franchise they were based on. So that's like double bad, because like even by itself you didn't make a good movie, but also it's not even like based on the game at all. You only had like the main character of the movies had nothing to do with the games. That's one loss. You only really had, I think they brought Chris in late in the franchise. Chris Redfield. They brought him in late in the franchise. I think he was in like I think there was 4 or 5 of them, and I think he was in the 4th or the 5th one. They had Wesker. I think he was there the whole time. Who else did they bring? I want to say it was like maybe 2 more RE characters. But you got 4 RE characters, and there's like 5 or 6 of these movies. That's not like, whatever. We're not going to dwell on that. We're not talking about that. They rebooting the franchise, and the reboot is called Welcome to Raccoon City. And it's supposed to cover the first 2 games. And so that could be good. I think they're going to really go for more of a horror angle, which the original franchise, the movie franchise, was more action and not very horror at all. But yeah, that was a crap ton. It was a crap ton of Resident Evil information. It was a lot. I didn't even cover it all. That's just what I can remember from all the shit I saw. But yeah, there's a new game dropping. I think that game is going to have 2 game modes: RE-verse, which is multiplayer, and Mercenaries, which is, I don't know if that's going to have multiplayer. I have no clue. But yeah, then there's 2 more movies coming out. One's a Netflix joint. That's the Leon one. That's the RE4 one. And then there's the live action going to be in theaters, I guess. That comes out, the live action one, I don't know when the Netflix one drops, but the live action one comes out like November of this year. So yeah, welcome to Raccoon City. But yeah, I think that covers all of the RE news. Let's move on. Our next topic is going to be talking about Black Panther. Some little near dear my heart. My next topic, which we're gonna talk about Black Panther for a little bit because there's something going on with that right now. And then we're gonna talk about Doctor Strange because there's a lot going on with that right now. And we're gonna just combine that into the same segment. And then after that, we're gonna go ahead and just jump into the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So let me take a quick break and then I'll be right back. All right, y'all, welcome back. Let me adjust my mic right quick. Welcome back. Next topic is Black Panther 2. Now, Disney, Marvel Studios, and most importantly, Ryan Coogler, the director, already stated that they're not recasting T'Challa. I don't know what they're going to do. I'm assuming they're just going to, he died off screen. I mean, I don't know what else you can do. But there is a petition started by a film reviewer, I guess is his name, Emmanuel Nozette, or E-Man for short. He started a petition, and it's got like over 1,000 signatures, I think. And he's trying to get them to recast T'Challa. And he says, and I quote, "If Marvel Studios removes T'Challa, it would be at the expense of the audience, especially black boys and men who saw themselves in him. That also includes the millions of fans who were inspired by the character as well. By not recasting, it could stifle the opportunity for one of the most popular leading black superheroes to add to their legacy. The number one way to kill a legend is to stop telling their story." End quote. Now, I get what he's saying. I don't agree with it. With him saying that it would be at the expense of the audience, especially black boys and men who saw themselves in him. I think, except for kids who are too young to understand what death is, I think most people are fully aware that, hey, he died. So, sorry, I'm adjusting my mic again. Sorry. For you to say that the boys, the black boys and men who saw, I don't know who this E-Man guy is. I don't know if he's black or white. I don't know. But for you to say that the black boys and men who saw themselves in him is going to hurt them doesn't really make sense to me, because it's like, if you were inspired by Chadwick Boseman's performance as T'Challa, you're going to see a whole totally different actor playing him, and you're going to be like, oh, that's not, like, it's going to have a worser effect than if you just have some powerful moment explaining to you why he's not in the movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you have like a well-written, like dedicated respectfully to his character. Not even, of course the actor too, but like in the movie say, hey, here's why T'Challa was important, here's why he died, yada yada yada. That would mean so much more than to recast him. I feel like, and thank God, like I said at the beginning, that they are, the people who are important already decided, no, we're not recasting him, because you can't, bro. Like, here's why. One, no one's gonna give there's not an actor, bro. There's a reason not T'Challa, I'm sorry. There's a reason Chadwick Boseman is known for playing such well-known characters as Jackie Robinson, Thurgood Marshall. You know what I'm saying? I think I want to say he played James Brown too, I believe. There's a reason for that shit, bro. Like, he's very good at what he does. You're not going to find another actor that can play his role better or even equal. So you're already going to be downgrading. Whoever you find is going to be a downgrade. So it's like, that's one. Two, nobody's even going to give him whoever they find to replace him, they're not even going to give him a chance, because he's just not going to be as good. Like, there's no chance. They like Shane McMahon's intro, you got no chance, bro. Like, it's not happening. So you need to just give it up. Just like, for real, just give it up. It's a loss. And it sucks that I'm talking about a character as if it's not a real person's life that we lost. But that's the circumstances, and that's the topic. So I don't know how else I don't know how to more respectfully approach the conversation. But it's like, you're not going to find a better one. And to be honest with you, everybody loved Chadwick Boseman, so everybody's going to hate whoever you get to replace the dude. Like, that's just facts. Everybody's going to hate whoever. Like, I don't even know why you would even take that role as an actor. Why would you want to replace that? Like, why would you even put yourself there? I wouldn't. I most certainly would not. Yeah. I went back to look. Yeah, he did play James Brown. I was right. But yeah, I don't even know why you would put yourself in that situation. Why you would even want that. Why you would want to be compared to him. So I don't even know who would accept that role. But I honestly can't think of a single person. And me, I'm always thinking I'm some kind of casting director, and I could fix every movie by switching the characters. I can't find somebody who could do that role better than him. He was just perfect from the moment he showed up in Civil War. Like before he was even Black Panther, from the moment he showed up in Civil War, it was like, yep, he perfect. That's what he's supposed to look like. That's what he's supposed to sound like. That's how he's supposed to walk. That's how he's supposed to shake hands. That's how he was perfect. For a character that's never been represented in live action ever, he nailed it. And it's I don't know, but it's no point, bro. In 3, there's no respectful way. There's no respectful way to say, all right, we got a new actor. Now, I'm definitely on board with them just having a different person being Black Panther. I mean, of course, you kind of have to. The character itself can't die. But T'Challa as Black Panther is done. Like, there's no respectful way to bring another actor in and he played the exact same person that Chadwick Boseman played. There's no way to do that respectfully. And Black Panther's no different than other comic book characters. Plenty of people have held the mantle. Well, I ain't gonna say plenty. I don't know exactly how many, but there's been other people to hold the mantle of Black Panther. Like, it ain't just T'Challa. There was Black Panthers before T'Challa. They might even do a prequel. I mean, I don't know. I'm not writing Black Panther. I don't know. I'm just giving out options. But yeah, I just wanted to shed some light on that article. And I mean, I see what the guy's going for, but I don't agree with that. No, you can't recast him, bro. Like there's no respectful way to do that. But we're moving on to Doctor Strange 2. Now, the man, the myth, the legend, the GOAT, Kevin Feige, who's like, at this point, he's like, he runs he's in charge of everything Marvel does. Like, not even Marvel Studios, not the movies, like even the comic books. He's in charge of continuity for the comic books at this point. Like, Marvel just said, bruh, here. So now he even has control of the comic books. So he can like test things in comic book form, and if they fuck with it, he can bring it to the movies. Like, he just has so much fucking control over it. Which, I mean, if it wasn't, he's one of the most important people when it comes to this MCU shit. So I don't want to say without him there wouldn't be no MCU, but he's definitely one of, like, if there's a big 3, he's one of the players in the big 3. But yeah, he was on the set of Doctor Strange 2, and he said they're about to wrap up shooting. That movie's just about done. And what the article that I was reading brought to my attention was that, man, it has been, if you think about it, it has been a stupid long time since the first Doctor Strange movie. And I've been saying this for a few years, because I've been waiting on Doctor Strange 2 for a long ass time. I mean, the original, I believe, came out in 2016. And Doctor Strange 2, Multiverse of Madness, is supposed to drop next year. So that's like, nigga, that's like 6, what was 2, 21, 20, what are we, 22, it'll be 22. It was like, yeah, like I said, like 6 years. It's, what's crazy is they've been working on this for, which has got to be the longest time span in between sequels in the MCU. There's got to be. There's no way there's been any movies longer than 6 fucking, like, there's been going from one movie to a sequel. There's no way. I mean, shit, they already got 3 Spider-Man movies. And Doctor Strange came out way before Spider-Man did. And they already got, the 3rd one's dropping this year. And they couldn't even get to a second Doctor Strange. I don't know. It was weird. Like, it just kept having problems. I mean, it was hit with Corona like all other movies were. But it lost its director, like right when they were finna start shooting. They had to find a new director. And, like, it just, I don't know, it just kept hitting problems, which is weird. But, which is weird for an MCU movie, because they usually be, like, spot on. And they know when shit gonna drop 5 years ahead of time and shit. But another interesting fact that I saw is that for this movie taking so long to come out, you would think some details would have got spilled by now. People still don't know shit about this movie. All we know is Wanda gonna be in there. There's gonna be some multiverse shit. It's gonna have something to do with Spider-Man. And that's it. I mean, there's only 6 confirmed characters in the entire movie. There's only 6. Doctor Strange is coming back, of course. The lady, I don't say girl, that seems a little demeaning. The lady who kind of played his girlfriend, I guess. Rachel McAdams, she's coming back. Wong is coming back, of course. You know the funny thing about the character Wong is the actor's real name is Wong. That's hella weird. But yeah, he's coming back. He's a fantastic, phenomenal actor, but I have no idea how to pronounce his name, bro. But the guy who played Mordor, who was the guy who brought Doctor Strange in, but then by the end of the movie he became evil. Like, bro, where the fuck has he been? Like I'm saying, it's been 6 years since the last Doctor Strange, bro. Like, where has this guy been? Because as far as we know, he's supposed to be offing magic users. Because he's like, that's what's wrong with the world, bro. There's too many magic users, bro. We need to start offing these niggas. He's coming back. Well, how many was that? 1, 2, 3. That was 4. Like I said, there's only 6 confirmed characters so far. I don't know who in this damn movie. But, of course, we know Scarlet Witch is going to be in her, so that's 5. Then there's a character I've never heard of called America Chavez, and her superhero name is Miss America. I've never heard of this character, but apparently she's got some dimension warp and stuff. And also, which I've been looking at, like, on low, not trying to theorize or nothing, but she's another member of the Young Avengers. And they slowly but surely pushing this Young Avengers shit, bro. And they like slowly introducing characters, and I'm peeping them. I know what the fuck y'all on. Miss America's one. I looked up. I went and looked up how many potential Young Avengers characters have been released. I mean, not released. That doesn't sound right. Have been introduced in the MCU so far, and Miss America's one. She'll be introduced in Doctor Strange 2. Kate Bishop is supposed to be in Hawkeye. He's supposed to be getting a Disney Plus series, and she's going to be in that. Kamala Khan's getting her own show. That's Miss Marvel. Cassie Lang, which is Scott Lang's daughter, she's been introduced. I wish I could remember all of their superhero names, bro, but I can't remember. Morgan Stark, which is Tony Stark's daughter, obviously. I don't think she's a character in the comic books, but they're saying she could either become Ironheart, which is really Riri Williams, or she could take over his rescue, but they think she's going to do some shit with the Young Avengers. There's Iron Lad, which I didn't even know, but apparently he's like, I think he's Reed Richards' son, but he comes from the future to stop. He comes back to our time from the future to stop himself from becoming Kang the Conqueror, which is already a guy that has to, a villain that has to be coming to the MCU, bro. But also there's Wiccan and Speed. They were in that's Wanda and Vision's kids. You already know that they gonna be in there. And then there's a Kid Loki, which the Kid Loki hasn't been introduced yet, but there is a kid that has been revealed to be in the cast of the Loki show, and they think that kid may be playing a child version of Loki, because there's supposed to be a bunch of different Lokis in the show. There's supposed to be a regular one, we know. There's supposed to be an old Loki who's like a fucked up dude. Like he's more evil than the Loki we've seen. Then there's supposed to be a lady Loki, which is what you think it is. So there's supposed to be all these different types of Lokis, and he's another one. Kid Loki, from what I know, is the Loki we know sacrifices himself. I hope this ain't spoilers for the show. I mean, how can it be? How can it be spoilers and I have no idea what's in the show? I can't spoil something if I don't even know. But apparently he's in the comic books, Loki sacrifices himself for the greater good, and he's reincarnated as a kid, and it's like Kid Loki. But the kid can't remember any of the shit Loki did, so he just decides to be a good guy. And then they're saying, which I don't know, that there's a chance that Miles Morales could be in the Young Avengers too, because there's a Young Avengers thing coming. I don't know when, but it's they're introducing too many potential Young Avengers characters to not do a Young Avengers. I mean, they say Miles Morales might be there. I don't think he was a Young Avenger, but I mean, like, come on now, he can't fit the mold. I don't know if that's. I feel like Miles Morales is a ways away though. I don't feel like if they do Miles Morales in the MCU, I don't think it is. And don't you thinking, no man, they introduced his uncle in the first Spider-Man. They did, but this could be in a universe where, what is his name? What's his name? Aaron Davis? Is it Aaron Davis? This could be in a universe where Aaron Davis don't have no nephew that becomes Spider-Man. Or this could be just a universe where Miles Morales doesn't become Spider-Man. You never know. The MCU is his own universe, so we don't know. But if they do, I just don't see two young Spider-Men at the same time. How would that even work? So Miles Morales' whole thing is that Spider-Man's either dead or way older when Miles Morales becomes Spider-Man. So I just don't see Peter Parker's too young right now to have another young Spider-Man. I just don't see that happening right now. But they're definitely doing a young one thing. Another thing I learned, one of my favorite potential Young Avengers characters hasn't been introduced, but they hinted at him way back in the Age of Ultron. And they were the doctor, the lady who Ultron kidnapped to help him build his new body. I can't remember her name, but her last name was Cho. And if you know anything about the Young Avengers, there's a young Hulk. His name is Amadeus Cho. I think he goes by Awesome Hulk, which is I love it. He's in the Young Avengers, and the doctor, her last name is Cho. That's in the comic books. That's his mom, and in the comic books, Amadeus Cho is like this super smart kid who looks up to fuck. What the fuck is his name? The Hulk. Damn it, what is his name? The guy, the science dude. I'm spazzing on his name right now. I can't remember his name. But the science version of the regular guy. He looks up to him. He's a huge, I don't know, he's a mentor to him. So he decides to help him. Amadeus decides to help him. What the fuck is his name? Oh my God, it's pissing me off that I can't remember his name. Bruce Banner. God damn, we're gonna edit all that out. All that shit's gonna get edited out, and it's just gonna sound like I said Bruce Banner right away. So 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah, I remember his name. It's Bruce Banner. But Amadeus Cho looks up to Bruce Banner, and in the comic books, Bruce Banner suffers with the Hulk way more than you ever get to see in the movies. And the Hulk is like a plague, and he spends most of his life trying to figure out how to get rid of the Hulk. So Amadeus sees that, and somehow, I don't know exactly how, because it's high science stuff, and Lord knows I'm not a high science guy. But he figures out a way to take the Hulk out of Bruce Banner and put it in himself. He volunteers to take on the Hulk for Bruce. So Bruce is completely cured of the Hulk. Amadeus Cho just did it. I don't know. He just did it. It wasn't like a spiritual, magical thing. No, scientifically, he just took the Hulk out of Bruce and put it in himself. And it's way different because he fully controls the Hulk. His mind's fully intact. It's I don't know. He's way cooler. I found out about him in Old Man Logan because he fights Old Man Logan. He damn near kills Logan's ass, bro. Logan was tripping in Old Man Logan. He damn near kills Wolverine. He even stops the fight. He's like, whoa, bro, you look bad. Chill out. But yeah, he's another Young Avenger that I guess I spent this whole time talking about Doctor Strange so I could talk about Young Avengers because I'm super excited for that. I want to see that. But yeah, my main thing was that it's done, it's wrapped up, it's dropping next year. There shouldn't be any more delays. And we really don't know much about the plot. We know there's going to be some multiverse stuff, and we know the 6 characters that are going to be in the movie. We don't know shit else. We don't even know the villain. We don't know nothing. But I'm super looking for. I've been looking for a Doctor Strange sequel forever, bro. So I'm just glad it's on the way. All right, next up, I think that gets everything out the way. Now it's just time to finish strong with everybody's favorite topic. This podcast's favorite topic. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. We're going to get into that next, y'all. I'll be right back. Welcome back, y'all. It is time. It is time for the apex of the show. It is time for the climax of episode 6. And that is The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Today we're talking about episode 5, just simply called Truth. And believe it or not, bro, after this, we have one more episode to go. Just one more episode. It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking to know we're almost at the end already. It's just hurting my feelings every time I think about it. Every week we do the show. Every week we do the podcast together, y'all. It's like, man, this it's almost over, bro. We're one episode closer, and there's a little gap in between when this starts and when when this ends and when Loki starts. Yeah, I don't think Loki starts until June 11th. So that's, I don't know what's in there. I don't know what's gonna take the place of that gap, man. That sucks. I'm upset. But anyway, let's get into the episode. They deal with some more Isaiah Bradley stuff. They get a very impressive scene. I mean, the first time they had a scene with Isaiah Bradley it was very impressive, but this time Sam sits down with him because once again Sam's at a crossroads. So he really sits down with him, and he's trying to figure out like what happened to him, where it all went wrong. How were you made to suffer so much? Like why? He was trying to get the whole story, and he breaks it down, and it's a pretty fucked up. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't do a spoiler warning. This is your spoiler warning. This is your spoiler warning for episode 5 of the Winter Soldier, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. This is the spoiler warning. I ain't spoiled none yet anyway, so it's cool. All I said was he sit down with Isaiah Bradley. Like, I didn't. Come on now, you already knew that though. You probably didn't. That was probably spoilers, but whatever. I didn't even discuss what they discussed. I did a little bit anyway. But yeah, they have it's a dope scene. They have a talk, and this whole episode, Sam's dealing with duality. He's dealing with, I mean, the whole show he's been dealing with picking up the mantle of Captain America, but this one he's dealing with the duality of what it means for a black person to be Captain America. Like, this show is dealt with race relations very, I want to say very well, but that's not what I want to say. They've really like gracefully approached it, very gracefully. I can say that about them. They've gracefully approached the subject, and I applaud them for that. They never went too far, but they didn't shy away from it either. They definitely tackled the fact that it's not just somebody taking over for Steve Rogers. No, this is a black dude trying to be Captain America. How is America going to feel about a black dude being their mascot? I don't know. Probably about the same way they felt about a black dude being president. But whatever, we're not going to go there in this podcast. But it mostly starts, it picks up right where the last episode left off with John Walker on the run because he just murdered a dude in broad daylight, and it's fucked up. So he's on a run. He's I want to say he regrets it, but I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I will say this. I've never truly hated John Walker throughout this. I know I'm probably supposed to, but that just goes to show how great this show is. It's like, you were told you're supposed to hate this guy, but we gonna make you have to think about it. We gonna make you have to really question it. And this episode does it again. But he's confronted by Bucky and Falcon, and they're like, bruh, look, just calm down, come on in, explain to him what happened. You know, everything gonna be all right. You Captain America, bro. What can they do to you? But you know what? He not trying to hear it because he hopped all up on that serum. His best friend just died. He just murdered a dude pretty much on live fucking TV. And his mind's racing, but eventually he gets in his head, oh, y'all come here to take the shield from me. I see what the fuck this is. I know what the fuck going on. Y'all coming now. Y'all not taking my shield. So there's a pretty dope fight scene. Well, kind of reminiscent of Bucky and Cap going against Iron Man. I mean, it's not as good. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's not as good as that Civil War fight. Like, come on, bro. It couldn't be. There's no way it could. But it's still a pretty good fight scene, though. Not gonna lie. So, they fight, and they eventually end up, like I said, spoilers. I already gave you a spoiler warning, so I want to hear it. But they end up getting the shield from him and fucking his arm up. Like I think they broke his arm, if I remember correctly. They end up fucking his arm up, and they get the shield from him, and they get out of it. They just leave him. There's this really touching part at the end of the scene where also, oh my god, I forgot to mention that John Walker almost killed Sam. He had him pinned down and he ripped his wings off, and he was about to take the shield and fucking do what he did to old dude on them stairs, but Bucky saved him at the end. But he definitely ripped out Falcon's wings, so the wings are gone. Which I think is them symbolically saying, yeah, the Falcon shit is done, bro. He gonna be Captain America at the end of this show. Which most people already thought was gonna happen, but also in the comic books, when he becomes Captain America, it's not like he's the Falcon Captain America. Like, the Falcon shit's gone. Like, he doesn't do Falcon. He's purely Captain America until Steve Rogers comes back. And then I guess he goes back to being Falcon. I don't really know. But yeah. But I think that's their way of saying that, because I think at the end of this, show, Zemo gonna be gone. Captain America, I said Captain America. Sam gonna be Captain America. I think that dude who's that guy who's always hanging out with him and helping him out, not Bucky, the guy who was like showing him his first mission, not his first mission, the guy who was there on his first mission, like on the radio and shit. I think that guy's gonna become the Falcon. That's what I think. I could be wrong, but I think he's gonna become the Falcon, and I don't know what's up with Bucky. I don't know what he's going to be at the end of this. I don't know. But yeah, back to the fight. They get the shield, and Sam's like laid out, because like I said, John was about to kill him. But Bucky picks up the shield and he kind of just drops it next to Sam and he walks off. And it's just like, you could just see in his eyes, he was like, bro, here. I'm not, like, don't give this shit up again, bro. We got it back. Keep it this time. And so he just drops it next to him and he walks off. And then, yeah, Sam keeps it for the rest. He ain't giving it up again. I can tell. As much as it took to get that shit back, bro, you'd be a damn fool to get it up again. So then after the fight, they go, you see John Walker's in court because of what he did. I mean, he murdered a dude on live TV. He murdered a dude. He also murdered like I forgot what they call him, but he was like I don't know. Basically, you murdered somebody from another country, and it wasn't like war times, so you can't do that, bro. You basically just murdered a foreign civilian. That's fucked up. So, which I knew he was going to lose his Captain America status, because at the end, he's got to become U.S. agent. At the end of this, because he's not going to be Captain America at the end of this show. The show be hella whack if it just, oh yeah, he got the shield back, he Captain America now. Like, nah, that shit ain't happening. But, so they strip him of his Captain America title. But what I think is fucked up is, which is why I'm like, maybe I do kind of feel sorry for John Walker, is they stripped him of all his shit. He's kicked out the military. Everything he's achieved while being in the military is erased. He don't get a pension. He don't get to retire. He gets like, it's not dishonorably discharged, but it's like honorably discharged with an asterisk. Like, it's with some question marks at the end. And I was like, man, that's fucked up, bro. He did a lot for this country. Like, that, I didn't think they would go that far. That seemed like, strip away the Captain America title, of course, but you don't take away his military achievements, bro. The shit he did that ain't got shit to do with this. The shit he did way before this, you don't do that. That's not what's up. That I felt really sorry for him for that, because I mean, I know military vets and I know how important their military history is to them. So to have that taken away from you, it's just like I can't imagine. I don't have anything. Like, I don't have a track record of anything that important to me to where if it was stripped, like, I'd be devastated. But like, I can't empathize, but I can definitely sympathize with going just like, wow, that was really important, and they just took it away from you like it was nothing. They took it away from you like you didn't earn it. You know what I'm saying? They took it away from you like they gave it to you, which is fucked up in any sense. Can you imagine if it was payday and your job they was going to hand you the check, but then they said, nah, you know what, bro? You was late a couple days, so we ain't giving you a check. Nigga, I've been working for 2 weeks. You gonna pay me? But yes, I think that was. Oof. I feel sorry for him because you know how important. He's not a bad guy. He just kind of made a series of bad decisions in a row that just kept snowballing into something bigger and worse. And it's like he even tells himself before he gets into the fight with Bucky and Sam, he's like, he was talking to himself, but he was talking to his friend. And he was like, bro, you told me not to go in there. Why the fuck didn't I listen? And it was like, he realizes he fucked up. And when somebody can admit their mistakes, it just sucks that they get punished for them when they like, look, I fucked up. Because everybody makes mistakes, bro. Especially when it's different when it's coming down from a council of niggas you know not in the field. And it's like they telling you, hey, yeah, we stripping you all your titles and your accomplishments. It's like, man, what? Yeah, I feel super sorry for him. I'm not gonna lie. And then there's oh man. Well, I'll get to the rest of his stuff later. But there is a scene where because like I said, Bucky dropped the shit and then he walked off. So they separated for a lot of this episode. Bucky and Sam, they're not together for. I ain't gonna say a lot of the episode, but Sam goes and sees Isaiah Bradley. Bucky goes and finds Zemo, and I think Zemo is at the I think that's the what's the word I'm looking for? The monument? No, the it's when you pay respect. It's like a statue made to pay respect for like a loss. I can't remember what it's called. I want to say monument, but that's not it. But yeah, he's at the statue, I think, for his city, because you know his Sokovia. Is it Sokovia? Is that where he was from? Whatever city he was from that got destroyed in Ultron, it just don't exist anymore. It's not there. He says in an earlier episode, it's like neighboring countries started just taking over the land, and now it's like my country don't even exist no more, bro. It's like what was my country is now just different parts of this. So he's at the memorial. That's the word I was looking for. Not monument, memorial. Holy shit. Don't you hate when something's at the tip of your tongue, man, and you can't find it, and then you find it, it's like you just won $1 million. But yeah, I think he's at the memorial for his country. Bucky finds him there, and he's got a gun on him, and they what's his name? Zemo tries to talk his way out of it, but Bucky's like, nah, it ain't going down this time. And he puts the gun to his head. Well, he ain't put it to his head, but he points it at his head. And he pulls the trigger, and the clip's empty. And he shows in his other hand, he got a bunch of bullets, and he drops them on the ground. And I'm like, yeah, I didn't think he was going to kill him. I honestly believe the last thing Bucky wants to do is kill anybody. He done with killing, bro. I don't want to kill another person ever again, bad or good. I don't want to kill nobody. When you've been forced to kill as much as he has, bro, it's just like, hell no. I don't want to do murder no more, which is fully understandable. I'm trying to get back to being a normal person. I don't want to be a killer. But then, rightfully so, because I can't remember how to pronounce their names. The Wakanda Secret Service shows up, and they whisk him away. And the leader tells him, "Yeah, I don't think you should come around Wakanda for a while. I think you should, maybe stay away." He's like, "Yeah, I get it. You're right." But then he asks her for a favor. He doesn't say what the favor is. You don't find out what the favor is until later on in the episode. But that's the end of that scene. It's I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. Oh! She says she says we're gonna take him to the raft. And I'm like, to the raft? Why would some Wakandan soldiers take a Wakandan prisoner to an American prison? Because if you don't know a raft, in the comic books, it's this floating prison, like off the coast of New York. It's a big ass floating prison in the ocean. It's been in the MCU. It was a prison that they were all locked up in after Civil War, where Tony Stark came down there to talk to him, and he talked to, I think, Sam. And Sam told him where Captain America was going. And that's how they got to the final act of Civil War. That floating prison, bro, that's in just like the middle of nowhere. I think it starts underground, so it's like impossible to get to that motherfucker. And it's impossible to break out. Unless you got some help. But, so, yeah, I'm like, why would they take him to the raft? That seems... I mean, he not gonna ride in a Wakandan prison for the rest of his life? Maybe they don't got prisons in Wakanda. Maybe. I mean, it said nothing about prison in Black Panther. Like, they didn't say anything about... They never talked about Wakandan criminals. It's like, I don't think there is any crime in Wakanda. I think they just so advanced as a civilization. It's like, people don't even commit crimes there, bro. Like, we good. Everybody's happy. It's good times. So, yeah, I don't think they even got a prison. They gotta have some kind of way of punishing bad people, though. Like, I don't know. It's just weird to me that they didn't take him to a Wakandan. Like, he's not gonna stand trial in Wakanda. He's going to the raft. I thought that was weird. I think the reason why they're taking him to the raft, and if you could see me, I'm doing quotations, is I think he's gonna come back. I think this is their way of making sure he's not out of the picture forever. I think they're gonna find something else to do for him, because I mean, Baron Zemo was so fucking good. I mean, he was good in Civil War, but this really fleshed him out, and he was so good in this show. It sucks to think that we might never see Zemo again, and the fact that he just goes to jail. That's it. The end. That's it for his character. That's it for his character arc. Just, I went to jail. The end. Hell no. There's got to be more Zemo. I think that's why they put him in the raft. I think there's going to be somebody else important in the raft right now. That's what I think. But like I said, every episode so far of this, since WandaVision was over, I'm not theorizing nothing. I'm not speculating nothing. I'm just watching and enjoying the episodes, because like most people in the most fans of the MCU, I'm not gonna be tricked like WandaVision tricked me. I refuse to. So I'm not theorizing nothing. But yeah, so the next time you see, like I said, Bucky went and talked to Zemo. He turned him into the Wakandans. Wakandians. But next thing you see, Sam has that conversation with Isaiah Bradley, the black super soldier, and it's a really hard hitting one, and they did a lot with race, and there's a lot going on. I don't really want to summarize the conversation, because I don't want to undermine how important the conversation was. And I just feel like if I go, oh, okay, here's what they talked about, and it's just, you're not gonna get how important what everything was said, how important everything was. So, yeah, the next time you see Sam after that conversation, he goes back. Well, he leaves his house, and he calls his sister, and he's like, hey, I'm coming home. And he goes back there, and they start fixing up the boat, because he's like, look, I've been fighting to save the world, and I'm starting to act like my family not in the world. I need to save my family while I'm saving the world. You know, my family's important too. So, like, he goes back, he starts fixing up the boat. Everything's actually going pretty good. His sister's happy. His niece, not his niece, she got 2 sons. His nephews is glad he have them there. He ends up calling in a bunch of favors, because apparently their parents were like, they were like the village, not the village. I was gonna say the village elders, but it's like that's not what's going on here. They were like the people who helped everybody. They were the people you went to when you needed help. So everybody owed them favors. So he called in a lot of favors. Everybody starts helping, pitching in to fix up the boat. Bucky shows up with a big fat ass briefcase, and he's like, hey, I got some Wakandans to make this for you. And what I'm assuming is some vibranium. It's a vibranium Falcon suit. That's what I'm thinking. It has to be. What else could it possibly be, bro? Unless it's something that helps him use the shield. Shit, it could be like a new suit, like a Captain America suit. I think it's the wings, though, bro. That's what I think. Yeah, that's what I think. I think it's the wings. But after that, you get oh, there's a fun, and I love it to death, because I've already stated how this show gives Sebastian Stan, that's who plays Bucky, it gives him such a chance to just be a character, not just some stoic killing machine. Like, he gets to just really emote in here. I've already stated that, but there's this quick scene. It's super quick. Right after he talks to Sam, Sam's sister walks up and he's like, "Hey, I'm Bucky." She was like, "Hey, I'm Sarah." And he like, I think she smiled at him. He definitely smiled at her. I think she smiled at him. And Sam was walking off, and you could tell he looked back like, "Motherfucker, you flirting with my sister?" It's just so good to see him happy. But then they counteract that moment with moving on with John Walker going to see his best friend. I cannot remember his damn name. Fuck, I can't remember his name. I think his superhero name was Battlestar. But he's going to see his family, because he got to tell him, how their son died. We're going to see his parents. He tells his parents how their son died, and it's a really sad and it's a really emotional scene, and it's just, it really humanizes John Walker, and it what's the word I'm looking for? De-demonize? Because they say this dehumanizes somebody, or this demonizes somebody, making them seem more evil. So what do you call it when they undemify them? Like, de-demonize them? That's what this scene really does. It really makes him look more human, and you kind of just, there's no way to hate him at this point. Like, there's just nothing he does or nothing he says that makes you hate him. So they're just doing a brilliant job. That actor's doing a brilliant job, and the writers are doing like that. The whole thing with John Walker, they're doing a phenomenal job. After that, you see Sharon Carter pops up for a little bit, and she's on the phone with Batroc. Batroc? I don't know. He's French, bro. And she's on the phone with him. If you don't remember, he was in the first episode. He was the dude that was leading the team that Falcon was fighting in that aerial mission. He was leading them. And she's like, I got a job for you, and they're complaining and yada yada yada. I think Sharon Carter might be the damn she's gotta be, bro. She got too much damn power and authority, bro. I think she might be the power broker, bro. She at this point, bro, she gotta be. If she not, then this character that pops up after, I didn't mention it because I didn't think it was that important, but there's a character that pops up after John Walker's trial, because they're in there trying to tell him what he need to do with his life, and he just walks out, which is, hell, it's what I would have did. Like, flat out. Like, you already stripped me of all my titles, all my medals, all my accomplishments. What the fuck? Why would I listen to you? Like, you kicked me out the military. I don't even get a pension, no retirement, no nothing. Like, you can't tell me shit, bro. That's like your job telling you fired and telling you to get out, but then at the same time, they trying to tell you what else you need to do. Oh, and make sure you return. No, I'm not. Leave me the fuck alone. I'm fired. I'm gone. I'm not answering to you. But as he's sitting on the bench talking to his wife, and she's trying to, like, she's just being emotional support. Like, she's, doing what you expect that character to do. And a lady comes up, and it's I cannot remember how to pronounce her damn name. It's Louise Dreyfus. She played Elaine in Seinfeld. She's done shit since then, but that's what I remember her most for. She played a character in this show called Veep, which is like VP, Vice President, which I heard was hella good. And her character pops up, and she's just super charismatic. I think if Sharon Carter's not the power broker, then either this lady's the power broker or she works for the power broker. Like, she got to be like hand in hand with the power broker. It's got to be one of them, bro. Like, for real. And she sits down and she talks to him, and she's like, look, my people been watching you. Well, she's like, I've been watching you. Apparently the thing she say to him, bro, it's like she was watching him before he became Captain America. Like, she knew him. She was like taking that super serum was the second best decision of your life. And she was like, oh, you want me to tell you what the best decision of your life was? Next to marrying this lady. And she looks over at his wife, and is answering the phone when I call you. It's like, whoa, she on some shit. I like her already, but I love the actress, so I was gonna like the character regardless. But yeah, she gets to that, but that was a really short scene, so I didn't really mention it at first because I didn't think it had any bearing. But it's all about who the fuck the power broker is, which I don't know. I feel like in the comic books, the power broker is hella fucking old. Like, and I don't mean old like he's an old man. I just feel like he's been around forever. But I don't know. But anyway, Sharon's on the phone with Batroc. You see what she was talking about. Batroc shows up and talks to the leader of the Flag Smashers. God damn it, I forgot her name. Let me look through my notes. I'm looking through my notes. I don't see it in my notes. Morgenthau. Carly Morgenthau. She's waiting in the park for Batroc. He brings a briefcase, and it's like a bunch of, I don't know, grenades and guns and stuff in there. I don't know what the plan is. But she's like, yeah, now we got some help in our fight. Because now at this point, she was like, you know what, bruh? They pushed me to the edge now. Now we finna just all out war it. Like, I'm done. I'm done playing it safe. We done with that shit. It's just trying to like, straight up fight. And Batroc shows up and he's like, look, I ain't here to fight in y'all dumbass war. I'm just here to kill the Falcon, because apparently he jealous because the Falcon beat his ass. The Falcon cost him some money in episode 1, so he like, I'm gonna kill the Falcon. Don't kill shit, goddamn me, Batroc. But she Morgenthau, a Flag Smasher, she does that thing on the app where she like activates a bunch of her agents, and a bunch of people in this park just get up and start walking towards her. And you don't really see what else happens. That was just the end of that scene. I think the next important thing is they cut to Sam and Bucky. Oh, they were fixing on a boat, but then his sister shows up and it's like, yeah, I'm working on that. There was something they weren't supposed to be working on, and she told them to get out because they weren't supposed to be working on that. So then they go off and are in the woods. They're not in the woods, but they're like in the backyard of this house, and there's a bunch of trees. And you can see there's a setup where both of them have been practicing trying to ricochet the shield off of trees. And they're talking, and it's all about it's a dope scene. And I hate to summarize this up too, because I feel like I'll undermine it. But basically, Bucky's like, he's apologizing to Sam because he was telling him, he's like, I didn't realize what it meant for Cap to give his shield to a black man. I didn't realize how hard it would be for you as a black man trying to be Captain America. It never dawned on me. And he apologized for like being so harsh to him about giving up the shield. And then it's a really, first off, seeing when Bucky apologizes, like, whoa, that's crazy. But it's a really dope scene, which is why I was so excited about this show in the first place. It was never the action. Even though the action is top notch, it was seeing these two characters together because they're just so great together. And then Sam he accepts the apology, and he tells him, he's like, bro, look, if you want to get over these nightmares you keep having about back when you were Winter Soldier, look, you got to make amends. And he's like, I have been making amends, bro. I've been going. He's like, nah, you just been going to apologize because you think it's gonna make you feel good. It's not about you feeling good. You got to make them feel good. And he was like, yeah, that makes sense. So he's giving him this huge speech, and he's like, he's telling him, like, this is how you need to do better. Here's what you need to do if you want to heal. Basically is what he's telling him. So after they have this talk, you see, and they were both, while they were doing this, they were both kind of playing catch with the shield, but like ricocheting it off the trees. It just looked really cool. I'm not gonna fake it to you. It looked really dope. But then they part ways, which is kind of sad because I'm like, there's one episode left, but they're coming back together, bro, because they gotta confront Morgenthau. They gotta confront some Flag Smasher, and they're not gonna do that separately. I just hope that by the end of this final episode, they're not further away, they're closer together. The next thing you see is kind of a montage of Sam working out and getting better with the shield, and he's just putting in the work and training with it. And then there's like, I don't know, I do want to mention that they do say that they kind of make a joke about how they're not partners, they're more like co-workers. When he's like, they're more like two guys with a mutual friend, being Steve Rogers. Like, they got a mutual friend. He was like, that mutual friend's gone. I don't believe Captain America. Well, I don't believe Steve Rogers is gone. I don't believe he's dead. I don't believe it. This doesn't take place long enough after Endgame for him to be dead. Like, I get he was old as shit at the end of Endgame, but I don't think so. This takes place a few months after Endgame, maybe. Not even a full year after Endgame. I don't think he's dead. Because if he's dead, bro, why aren't they showing me that? And why aren't they explicitly coming out going, Steve Rogers is dead? I didn't see too many movies, bro, and I'm too invested to fall for something like that. He's not dead. He may be dead by the end of the show, but as of right now, he not. If he do die, it's gonna happen during this show. It definitely didn't happen before. And when I say during this show, I don't mean like it's gonna happen in an episode. I just mean from the time between the first episode and the last episode, that's when he dies. It's not gonna be like, yeah, he was dead the whole time. Hell no. I don't believe that. Not for a second. But yeah, I just want to touch on that. But after the montage, there's this thing that Sam's trying to pull off. He's trying to like throw the shield and then do like this crazy ass flip and then catch the shield. And that's what he was trying to work on. But there's some scenes where he damn near decapitates himself, where the shield comes flying at him and he ducks it. And it just goes to show, like, using that shield's not easy, bro. It never was. And I've talked about how there's never been anybody who's as cold with the shield as Steve Rogers. But yeah, it just goes to show you that, like, that shit's not easy. But eventually he lands the thing he's trying to do and it cuts off. That was the end of the episode. And there's a mid-credit scene or end-credit scene, I don't remember. But it showed, which I'm totally blown away by this because I didn't see this coming at all. But there's a scene where they show John Walker. He's making his own shield. Yeah, like, legit, he's making his own shield, which makes sense because he's gonna be U.S. agent, bro. Like, man, that shit was happening. Like, that was determined. That was as obvious as WandaVision having Agatha in it. Like, nigga, we all knew. Like, nobody was tricked by that. Nobody was caught off. I didn't even know who Agatha was when that show first came out. And I was like, yeah, she's there. Like, I don't know if they made it obvious on purpose, but it was like, yeah, bro, we all know. We all know. You're not pulling the wool over anybody's eyes. To be honest with you, Agatha wasn't as evil as I thought she was gonna be. For real though, she just wanted more power. She wasn't like trying to kill anybody. She did kill the dog though, which, like, why? Anyway, moving on. Yeah, that was the last thing you see. The last thing you see is U.S. agent making his own shield, which is it's pretty dope. Because that leads me to believe that U.S. agent is going to have some kind of role going forward in the MCU. Because you can't introduce a character, bro, in a six episode show and then that's it. Like, what the fuck? Especially one where you put too much detail into it as this one. So I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do. I can't wait to see. But that was the last scene. And we got one more episode, bro. I'm all teary-eyed, bro. Like, I can't believe we already at the end of Winter Soldier, bro. And Loki is like more than a month away. But yeah, that's I'm gonna wrap up the episode. We're gonna go ahead and end it here. I've been rambling on enough like usual. But yeah, I'm really excited. We covered a lot in this episode, but I got through everything I wanted to get through. I'm happy y'all stuck it out with me. This may be a longer episode than normal, but to be honest with you, I never know how long these shit's gonna be. I just get on here, I just talk about the stuff I want to talk about, and we just converse. So I'm still working on. I know I say this every episode, but I'm still working on getting guests on. There's some few things I have to figure out. I'm still working on getting some guests on. And one thing I'm worried about is that making this podcast longer than it has to be. But that ain't y'all problem. That's my problem. I just appreciate y'all showing up. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for giving me your time and your attention. I love y'all. Have a good day, y'all. I'm out. Peace.